I cannot stress the importance of an audio recorder when it comes to Bigfoot research. Now, I had left a recorder on top of my rig as I was walking into this lake. Now, the audio recorder picked up what sounded like a rock clack as I was walking towards the gate, which I think is important because I think it was signaling something else because of what happened a few minutes later up the road. This is what the recorder picked up. Now, I didn't hear this as I was walking, but the recorder captured it, so have a listen. Something big just broke and fell over there. Interesting. Huh. I'll just leave the camera rolling till I get to the lake. Something's definitely out here. Most likely a bear. Not too worried about that. "11:50 a.m. Hopefully my recorder back at the rig picked that up. It's fairly loud. So what I will do when I get to the lake is find a spot that has a nice view and just sit down, and I'll set up the camera on the tripod and just let it run the whole time I'm out here. that was a squatch. I'm sure it was like something to maybe spook me and make me leave the area, but guess what? I'm not doing that. They're gonna have to do a little bit better. It's the area where Aaron, Joe, and I heard a knock a couple times last time we were out here. I sent Joe of Chihuahua Sam Squatcher a message before heading out here, since I am in his territory. If there's a research group that's in an area that I'm heading into, I always like to give them a shout out. So they're always welcome to join me. This would be a good spot to set up. Still recording. Extra battery pack and power, so my camera doesn't ever stop recording. There we go. So I just hiked in to Phillips Lake, just outside of Chewelah, Washington, off of Sand Canyon Road. Is on Monday, I received a report of a guy who was just past Phillips Lake, and he heard a few knocks. Tuesday, I got another report from a guy who was at Phillips Lake. He heard one good solid knock. And then Wednesday, I got a report from a friend. This guy and his friend were out up here on Sand Canyon, a little further that way, and they were cutting firewood. And they walked up to this one tree, and they wanted to know if the tree was rotted. So the guy took his axe handle, whap, whap, knocked it twice, see if it was hollow, and they immediately received a response of 2 knocks off in the distance in front of them. And his friend turns to my friend and goes, "Oh, must be Bigfoot." But that's 3 reports back to back of hearing wood knocks in this general area. So today's Saturday, so I'm out here and I'm just going to chill and walk around and listen and see if anything happens. So I'm running this camera here, and I got my Zoom recorder running right now in case anything happens. I have a recorder on the top of my rig, which is down the road. I'm hoping that my recorder captured that tree or whatever that fell when I was walking in. It was loud. So, man, mosquitoes. So fingers crossed that it's on there. Yeah, that was like maybe less than 10 minutes of walking in and hearing that. So, I mean, what are the odds? I mean, before I even got into Bigfooting, I'd go hiking and camping all the time, and I would hardly ever, I mean, never, I've never even heard a tree fall before, that I can remember. But coming into areas that have a history of activity, I've heard more tree falls over the years than I have ever in my life. So it's interesting. Now, logically, it could have been, a black bear knocking over a rotted out tree going for grubs or something, but I didn't hear anything else moving around. Or you think a bear, once the thing fell over, you think you'd hear the bear digging around or something. So I sent a message to Joe. He works this area hard, a lot. So I let him know that I'm in this area, I'm up at this location. So he didn't respond back to me, so I figured he's probably out and about in this general area. So if he gets service somewhere, he might be joining me. But for right now, it's just me. It's really overcast today, so it might start raining, I don't know. But I'm going to be out here for a couple hours and just have a look around and listen and enjoy my time. So I decided to take a little walk and have a look around. So I'm trying out a new camera. Shoots great in 4K, but I discovered that the microphone on it is not very good unless you're right up on the camera. So it didn't capture what was about to happen in a few minutes. Oh, please let the camera caught that. Well, I was hiking along the tree line back in there, and sounded like there was a knock. Sounded fairly close. Didn't see anything, didn't hear anything afterwards. I'm hoping that this little camera picked it up. So I was walking around here and I noticed this. Can you guys see that? Looks like there's some small digits. I mean, it's small. Of course, we've had a lot of rain the last couple days, so. I'm not even really sure. Maybe 5-6 inches, maybe. These do look like toes. I've only seen 4, I think. They look spaced apart enough. Well, maybe I should cast it, but I don't know. I'll keep looking. Here's another impression, a little bit bigger, but definitely see what looks like a heel, but doesn't look like the shape of a boot, but it kind of pans out wide. I don't know. Ten inches is probably a little bit longer wherever the toes are. I don't know. Okay, so I marked where this impression is, where the toes are. I found this round piece of stick. I'm just going to put it there. I removed this pine cone from right here. So I'm going to use this as a barricade for my plaster mix. I'm just estimating that this is probably where the heel is. It's probably shorter than that, I don't know. But I'm going to cast it, see what it looks like, and see if it's even a track. I mean, it could just possibly be a small bear track. But then, so stuck a stick here to mark this one. Now, this is definitely a heel. I'm not convinced yet that it's a track yet. I mean, it's obviously an impression of some sort. But I built a barrier of dirt around this area since there are no toes, just to stop the plaster mix. So when in doubt, always cast an impression. More details will come from after you cast it, so see if there's any kind of boot pattern in there that the plaster will pick up. Right now I'm not really seeing anything that indicates a boot yet, but we'll soon see. So I'm going to have to walk back to my car and pick up some plaster, so I got a bunch of it in the car. So right now I'm walking back to my car to get the plaster mix. So I'm going to let this camera roll while I walk through here and then back. See if anything knocks over another tree on me. All right, so they're both drying right now. Gotta give them a good hour to dry up. This one might take a little longer. It's a little thicker and bigger. But Mother Nature's moving in. So hopefully I don't get rained on. Here's the first cast. It's a small one. Definitely see some digits there. I don't know. I'm gonna let it cure up and for a couple days before I wash it off. See what it looks like. Well, here's the second cast. This is a little bit of a runoff right here, so the track is right through here. Now, looks like an awful lot of flexibility for a boot, don't you think? I don't know. Like the other one, I'm going to give it a couple days to cure up and before I clean it off. See what we got. Well, everyone, ooh, long day. So I'm heading home. So, ooh, almost forgot. Recorder. 2:30 p.m. End recorder. All right. So now it's a long, windy road down. Getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. And yeah, I'll see you here soon. Have a good one.